Right now, we are actually going to have a very special time reading reading a new Nightmare Time story. Hey, Melissa.
Let it out, let it out, let it out. Just let it out, let it out, let it out. Let it out, let it out. Let it.
A reading of a new, never before heard Nightmare Time story called Hey Melissa. It's that centers on the character of Melissa from CCRP, from the guy who didn't like musicals, and some of those characters returning. It's a fun, silly story. So we're gonna have people on to read that. And it actually is one of the first Nightmare Time stories that Matt and I wrote. Because back when
the second one we wrote.
It's the second one we wrote. Because back when we were kind of conceiving of what would eventually become Nightmare Time, we had just written we just wrote Workin' Boys, the short, which is kind of a Hatchetfield short film, and we thought, what if this one works out, maybe we could do more. And then we actually started to write these stories as kind of short films. And the scale of them ballooned and ballooned, and we could never film this. But we wrote Workin' Boys. We wrote another one first, and then we wrote this Hey Melissa story. But then the pandemic hit. We kind of were like, okay, we're not going to we can't even film Workin' Boys right now. So we wanted to do something for Hatchetfield. So we said, let's do readings of these kinds of stories, but we'll write new ones, because we thought, we'll save Hey Melissa because we might be able to film it one day. So we put it in our back pocket. But it's the second one we wrote. And then eventually we decided we have had such a hard time filming Workin' Boys. We're never going to film. We're never going to film Hey Melissa.
Hey Nick, before we get started, can I ask a character question?
It's like a cold read.
Right. What did you have in mind for Freddie? What's the deal here?
Freddie is like the other creep in the office. There's Ted, who's the sleaze, and then Freddie is the other sleaze.
So you want Ted Part 2? Yeah.
Ted Part 2. Now we're going to play the Nightmare Time theme, but this is going to be a special version because we have replaced the visuals with submitted fan art. So,
that's so.
Oh, what? Oh my God.
Let's go.
So here we go, and let's make it happen. Nightmare Time. Here we go.
Where'd he go?
Run, but are you fast enough? You can hide, but I will find you. Close your eyes if you don't doze off. Hold your breath so I don't hear you. The trail of tears that you will leave me will lead me straight to those who fear me. You can run if I don't catch you, but nightmare time is gonna get you. Just run away if you want, if you dare. The nightmare's gonna get you. Just run away if you want, if you dare. The nightmare's gonna get you.
Just run away if you want, if you dare.
Daddy's gonna get you. You can't run if I don't catch you, but the nightmare time already caught you.
Wow.
Let's
Oh,
go.
amazing.
Oh no.
What? Here we go.
Oh no.
The mail cart's squeaky wheels roll over the stiff gray carpeting of CCRP's technical department. Behind the cart is a smiling girl with thick-rimmed glasses. Her boss, Mr. Davidson, steps out of his office.
Hey, Melissa.
Hi, Mr. Davidson.
Could you remind Paul that
Want those reports on your desk by the end of the day? Got it.
Melissa pushes her cart along, passing a coworker who waves. Hey, Melissa.
Good morning.
She stops her cart when she sees Charlotte Sweetley.
Oh my goodness. That is adorable.
Melissa motions to the woman's sweater, which displays a cuddly tiger-striped cat.
I love kitty cats. Aren't they just the cutest little rascals?
Charlotte stares blankly.
You've got one on your sweater. Didn't you notice?
Charlotte looks down at her shirt. No, she hadn't. She didn't even realize. Melissa moves on to the next cubicle, dreamily gazing at its occupant.
Hi, Paul.
Paul Matthews looks up from his computer.
Hey, Melissa. Can I help you?
That's so kind of you to ask, but no, I'm okay. I just wanted to remind you about the reports.
Yep, I know. Every Monday.
Of course. Well, I got to go to work. Maybe I'll see you later?
Okay.
Okay. Bye, Paul.
She heads off. Paul obliviously turns back to his computer as Bill Woodward pokes his head up from the next cubicle.
What the hell is your problem?
What do you mean?
When a lovely young lady tries to make conversation, the least you could do is get off your Facebook. I know that's what you're doing.
You're doing it too. I see you on the messenger.
Melissa is a sweet kid. I can't help it. Every time I look at her, I see my daughter. Is it crazy that I want her to be with a good person? Half the guys in this office are absolute pigs.
Right on cue, Ted Spankoffski appears.
You guys talking about Melissa? The secretary, the personal assistant, emphasis always on the ass.
Hey, this is an A-B conversation, so see your way out of it.
Oh, where'd you hear that one, Bill? The 5th grade?
The break room.
Yeah, well, kiss my D, all right? Hey, Paul, look, I've been trying to give you your space, trying not to interfere with another man's game. There's only so long that I can contain this raging sexual charisma. It is about to reach critical mass, and if you don't make a move on Melissa, I'm gonna have to.
You stay away from her.
Look, guys, Melissa's great. She's a wonderful coworker. I'm just not interested romantically.
Why not?
You're a fucking idiot, Paul.
This is gonna sound silly, but she likes cats too much.
You're trash, Matthews.
There are cat people and there are dog people. I'm a dog person.
Why do you hate cats so much?
I don't hate them. I just don't Like, when I was a kid, I had a good dog named Spot and a bad cat named Whiskers. That cat was mean to me. Spot. It's nothing against Melissa. We just don't mix.
Well, you're lost, fuckhead.
Yeah, you fuckhead.
You know what? This is not an appropriate workplace conversation. I'm bringing my earbuds.
As Paul returns to his work, Ted heads after Melissa, smooths out his mustache, checks his breath. When he's caught up to her, he begins to call,
Hey, Melissa.
when Freddie Biggs, the office's other mustache creep, steps into his path.
Freddie?
I thought we talked about this. You see that extension cord taped to the carpet? You keep your sleeves on that side of the line, and I'll keep mine over here. You can see Melissa's desk falls squarely in my jurisdiction.
You don't own Melissa. She's free to make her own mistakes.
And listen good. I've been after Melissa for a long, long time, and I will not let another man near her. Who will stay away if you know what's good for you.
Freddie
Capisce?
backs into his office and slams the door. Ted grins.
Oh, Freddie. Poor, stupid Freddie. The forbidden fruit is always the sweetest.
That night, Ted paces outside the elevator in the CCRP parking garage. He's waiting for Melissa, practicing a few pickup lines.
Hey, Melissa. So, you want to give me a ride home? Then give me a ride at home? Ha ha! Yeah, that's a good one.
What Ted doesn't see is Freddie, watching him from inside a parked car. Freddie's eyes narrow as he turns the key and menacingly revs the engine. The next day, Paul sighs, gets up from his desk, and pokes inside Ted's office.
Hey, Ted, I'm going to order some beanies. You want a chai?
But the office is empty. Ted's nowhere to be found. Over at her desk, Melissa looks down at 2 tickets. She closes her eyes and takes a deep breath.
Okay, Melissa, you got this.
Moments later, she appears at the entrance of Paul's cubicle, smiling hopefully.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Melissa.
Do you have anything this weekend?
No.
Well, since you're free, I've got these 2 tickets to this new musical at the Starlight. It's called Working. What?
Melissa, no. Sorry. I don't like musicals.
Oh, okay. Do you like film?
Not particularly.
Dancing?
I got 2 left feet.
Well, is there anything you do like?
I like, coffee.
Paul hops to his feet when the elevator doors open and a woman steps out carrying the delivery order from a nearby coffee shop.
Hey, everybody, Beanies is here.
Paul squeezes past Melissa and excitedly rushes to Emma Perkins, who passes out the drinks.
All right, order number 12. Who had the caramel frap?
Right here.
And then we got the cold brew with cream.
Emma turns to Paul and hands him a black coffee, grinning.
And special delivery.
Thanks, Emma. So, last weekend was fun.
See? Hate watching is where it's at. You don't go to the movies to see something good. You go to laugh at shit.
I've been doing it wrong all these years.
If you thought that Santa movie was bad, you have to come see this new musical at the Starlight with me. It's going to be a travesty.
Perfect.
Melissa watches the exchange between Paul and Emma. Her heart sinks. She tosses the tickets into a nearby trash can and pushes her mail cart away. Suddenly, Freddie steps into her path, grabbing the front of her cart.
Hey, Melissa.
Let go of my cart, Freddie.
I see the way you look at him, Paul Matthews. You want them, don't you?
That's none of your business.
Oh, it very much is my business. I noticed Ted's not here today. And last night, waiting for you. I hope he's okay.
Leave me alone.
You act so innocent, but I know what you're really like. But
You don't know anything about me.
Plenty of girls just like you. And sooner or later, I always get my hands on them.
A nearby door opens and Mr. Davidson steps out.
Hey, Melissa, could you get my wife on the line? I think I finally want to tell her something.
Yes, Mr. Davidson.
She pushes past Freddie.
You're mine!
That night, Mr. Davidson closes his office door and sighs, disappointed in himself. Did he finally tell his wife that very important something? Not today. He throws his coat over his arm and starts for the exit, when he notices an employee still at their desk in the half-darkened building.
You're sure burning the midnight oil.
Well, I'm going to a show at 8. Figure I'd just stay downtown.
Good man. Don't work too hard.
I don't.
See you on Monday.
Mr. Davidson leaves, and Paul is alone. Or is he? As Paul casually surfs the internet, the remaining lights in the office suddenly go out.
Excuse me. I'm still working in here.
Paul rises from his desk and heads for the light switch. He freezes at the sound of soft, skittering footsteps. Someone is stalking him through the dark.
Hello? Is anyone?
Bang! Paul ducks for cover as a gunshot sounds. Behind him, a stack of papers explodes. Holy shit! Paul turns to find Freddie, a smoking revolver in his hand.
Freddie, put down the gun.
Shut up, Paul. Come here, now.
You don't have to do this.
Want to die, Matthews?
No, I don't.
Then you do precisely as I say.
Paul cautiously approaches him when, whack! Freddie is hit over the head with a metal wastebasket. He falls to the floor. Paul looks up to find his savior, Melissa.
Hi, Paul.
What's up? Oh my God.
Paul rushes to the room, shaken. He stares down at Freddie.
I heard him, Paul, but I had to. Is he dead?
Paul checks for a pulse.
No, he's unconscious. What do we do?
I'll call the police. You tie him up. There's something we could use in Mr. Davidson's office.
Paul rips through the drawers of Mr. Davidson's desk as Melissa paces frantically, the phone to her ear.
Yes, there's been an assault at CCRP, technical department. Please hurry.
Paul opens a drawer to find a pair of fuzzy handcuffs, a ball gag, and a leather-studded belt. Melissa peers into the drawer, looks at Paul, and shrugs.
Everyone's got to finish, I guess.
Melissa emerges from the office with the fuzzy handcuffs. She sprints to where they left Freddie, only to find that he's gone.
Paul?
Freddie leaps out from the shadows, tackling Melissa. She kicks his face and scrambles to her feet. She races for the stairwell, flies down the steps, and bursts through the door to the basement. She frantically dashes down dingy, steam-filled corridors. When she turns back to see if she's lost him in the subterranean labyrinth, Freddie leaps out from behind a boiler, knocking her to the floor. Melissa flails and screams. Freddie grabs her limbs.
Got you. I told you you'd be mine. Now get your hands behind your... Ah!
Freddie chokes as Mr. Davidson's leather-studded belt wraps around his neck. It's Paul! He pulls the belt tighter. Freddie's eyes bulge.
Fuck, you dumb fuck.
Freddie loses consciousness and falls to the floor. Paul turns to Melissa and helps her to her feet. Are you all right?
Paul!
Melissa throws her arms around him. Paul hugs her back. Then handcuffs Freddie to a nearby pipe. Freddie moans groggily. Melissa kicks him in the stomach and he keels over. She breathes heavily, her eyes wide.
I can't be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore.
Paul puts a hand on her shoulder. She grabs for it.
It's okay, Melissa. The police will find you. Talk to me. First, I'm going to drive you home.
Later, Melissa unlocks the door, and the two step into her apartment. It's a cheery little unit with cat artwork on the walls and shelves lined with porcelain felines. Paul heads for the kitchen. Melissa collapses onto the couch, wrapping herself in a pink blanket printed with kittens. Paul enters the living room, handing her a glass of water.
Thank you. I feel so stupid. I should have known. He's always said weird stuff to me.
It's not your fault.
Paul's phone buzzes. He checks it. It's a call from Emma.
Shouldn't you get that?
He shakes his head, silencing the phone.
It's fine. Right now, I just want to make sure you're okay.
He takes the seat beside her. She smiles at him, blushing.
Oh, you're such a good person. And I almost got you killed. No wonder you don't like me.
I like you very much, Melissa.
Not in the way I like you.
Well, you don't really know me that well.
I see you every day at the office. I know you're kind and hardworking.
You're already about 60% wrong.
What's the worst thing you've ever done? Jaywalk?
No, never. That's very unsafe.
See? You're perfect.
I'll tell you the worst thing I've ever done. You won't like me after that.
Try me.
Okay. Here goes. This was back when I was about 10. I wanted a dog more than anything. One day, I'm walking home, and there he was. A little brown dog with pointy ears and a wagging tail. He didn't have a collar, so I took him home. Spot. That's what I named him. He was my best pal. I can still see him now, begging for scraps, chasing his tail, hiding under the bed from that little asshole Whiskers. That cat was not nice to him. Those were the best 5 days of my childhood. You see, the next week, Spot and I were out for a walk, and that's when I saw the sign, stapled to a tree. Lost dog, it said. It was a picture of my dog. Please call if you have any information regarding Patches. We miss him very much. Patches? What a stupid name. Well, if they cared about him so much, then why was he out on his own on that day with no collar, no tags? It wasn't fair. He was my dog, damn it. I wasn't about to. I picked him up to carry him home, and I know family down the street. 3 kids, a mom, and a dad. They were putting lost dog signs on every tree up and down the block. Patches! Patches! Spot started wriggling in my arms. He was trying to abandon me so he could go back to those very irresponsible people. I tried to hold on to him, but he was fighting too hard. He got free and ran straight for him. Ran right at him. Spot! I cried. The car came flying around the corner, and Spot didn't make it. I just held on to him tighter, or hell, if I just did the right thing and walked him over to his real family, then that dog might have had a long, happy life. It's a terrible feeling to feel responsible for the death of a pet.
He turns to Melissa. She's speechless.
Pretty awful, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm not so perfect now, am I?
Don't laugh. A living creature died because of you.
Yeah, I'll never forgive myself.
That is disgusting. I can't believe you.
Sorry, you wanted me to tell you. Which...
I had this image of you in my head, Paul, and you just fucking ruined it.
Melissa bolts up from the couch and storms out of the room.
Where are you going?
I just can't even with you right now. I can't even. Just feed the dog. Can I trust you to do that, Paul?
She stomps away, furious.
Yeah. Okay.
Bewildered, Paul heads for the kitchen, where he finds a dog dish and some kibble. He finds a bowl.
Hey, doggy, I got some dinner for you.
Paul notices a name printed on the dish. It reads,
Teddy bear. Come and get it, teddy bear.
Paul checks for the dog in the hall, the living room, then wanders into a darkened bedroom. The closet light is on, though the doors are shut. From inside, Paul can hear faint whimpering. He smiles.
How'd you get yourself stuck in there, little buddy?
Paul opens the closet door and nearly faints. The dog dish falls from his hand, clattering to the floor.
What?
Inside the closet, Ted is curled up inside a metal cage. He's shivering, disheveled, dressed in nothing but a tidy whitey. He turns to Paul and desperately wails.
You gotta get me out of here, Paul. She's fucking nuts.
Ted?
She cut off my fucking fingers, Paul.
Ted holds up his... where his face... Paul recoils in terror as Melissa rushes into the room, brandishing a taser. She lights it up and shoves it into Paul's back. Electricity courses through Paul's body, drops to the floor with a thud. Then darkness. The world fades back into focus as Paul comes to. He groggily lifts his head, only to find he's been stripped down to his underwear. He's tied to a coffee table. In the corner of the room, Ted sits in his cage, shaking. Beside Paul is Melissa, stretching out a length of piano wire.
Hey, Melissa, what are you doing?
I thought I knew you, Paul. I really thought you were a human being, but nope. Wrong again. Now I see you for what you truly are. You've been walking around on your hind legs, trying to trick the world. But I'm onto you. I see the seam in your skin suit. I know that underneath you're nothing but a mangy, slobbering dog.
Melissa starts wrapping the piano wire around Paul's fingers.
Oh, what's that for?
It's amazing. Sometimes your bark almost sounds like human words, but dogs can't talk. And dogs don't have fingers, do they? No, dogs have paws. They walk around on little beans, soft little puppy beans. So I'm going to remove these fingers that you stole, you naughty boy, and I'm going to give you back your beans.
Melissa starts to pull the piano wire taut.
Please, Melissa, don't do this!
Don't bark at me!
She starts pulling the wire back and forth in a sawing motion. It squeezes tight around Paul's finger, digging into his skin.
Please, no!
Bad dog! Bad dog!
As the piano wire pinches his flesh, Paul gazes up into Melissa's eyes. There is madness there. She can't be reasoned with. He looks around for something, anything that can save him. But there's nothing. Only the cat posters on the wall, the kitten pillows on the couch, the cat clock hanging above the mantel. As his finger starts to bleed, a last idea pops into his head. It's desperate, but it's all he's got. He opens his mouth and produces a soft, pitiful... Melissa stops. She looks at Paul, confused. Her brow furrows. Paul submits, looking as cat-like as possible. If it's dogs she hates, He'll pretend to be something a bit more feline. Melissa pauses and softens.
Puss?
A powerful smile creeps onto her face. She giggles.
How'd you get in here, kitty?
Paul stares up in disbelief. He's not entirely sure if Melissa's still toying with him, performing some strange mind game, but whatever he's done, it seems to be working. Melissa looks around, playfully suspicious.
I could have sworn I was right about to punish a no-good mutt, but that mean old dog must have slipped out when you wandered in, Puss. Wait.
She looks at the piano wire in her hand and gasps.
What am I doing? I can't declaw a cat. That's inhumane. That's like chopping off a part of their fingers. Anyone who does that should fucking die.
Melissa pulls the wire off of Paul's swollen digit. She hastily unties him and starts stroking his bewildered head.
Aw, it's okay, Puss. I always wanted a sweet little kitty, but I'm afraid you're gonna have to get along with your bad brother, Teddy Bear. He's gotta stay in that cage, because he's bad. You disgusting hound. But little kitty can go whatever he wants.
Hoping it might also work, Paul crawls to the front door and starts scratching at it, like a cat who wants to be let out.
You can go anywhere in the house, Puss. You can't go outside with all those cars and diseases and stray cats.
She rubs her chin, eyeing the knife block in the kitchen.
Well, I guess I could let you out once in a while. If I neutered you first.
Paul immediately stops scratching the door and shakes his head.
Oh, look at the time. Gosh, I'm beat. I don't want to wake up early and go all the way back to that office just to kill that guy in the basement. Stupid Freddie. It is the weekend, so he might just die of thirst, but I have to get rid of the body. Gotta put that in my planner or I'll forget. All right, come to bed, Puss.
She turns to Paul. He hesitates.
I said, come to bed.
She heads for the bedroom. Paul timidly crawls after her. She points to the edge of the bed.
Hey there, at the foot of the bed, like a good kitty.
Melissa climbs under the covers, taser in hand. A horrified Paul curls up at her feet. She smiles at him wickedly.
And don't you move a muscle, Puss. I'm a very light sleeper. Good night.
She switches off the lamp and blissfully closes her eyes. Paul lays there, petrified, all night. The next day, Melissa opens the heavily bolted front door. She turns back to Paul, who sits miserably on the floor.
All right, I'm going to the store to pick up some cat food. Yum, yum. Purr. See you in a few hours.
Melissa leaves, locking the door shut from the outside. When she's completely out of earshot, Ted yells from the corner.
Paul, get me the fuck out of this cage, man.
What the fuck, Ted? What the serious fuck?
Paul lets Ted out. He pushes past Paul and runs to the couch.
Oh, I gotta piss. She never lets me out in the morning. I hate doing this inside, but...
Ted pulls down his undies and peeks on the edge of the sofa.
Ted!
I'm sorry. The couch is mine now.
We gotta get out of here, Ted.
Shut up, Paul. Shut up. I've been here for days. You don't think I've tried to escape? The doors are bolted shut. So is the bathroom. So are the kitchen cabinets. I'm starving.
He picks up the teddy bear bowl and starts eating the kibble. The fight drains from Paul. He sinks to the floor.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. I'm eating.
We can't just let her do this to us.
Oh, like it's so hard for you.
Ted holds up his mutilated hands.
You didn't get your puppy beans. I got no sympathy for cats like you.
This can't be happening.
Fucking happening, Paul. We can't get out. She gives us food. She gives us water. She will kill us if we try to escape. This is our life now. I am Teddy Bear. You are Puss. Just follow my fucking lead.
Hours later, Melissa returns with shopping bags full of cat food and litter.
I'm home.
Ted and Paul, left with no other option, pretend to be her happy pets. They jump up and down with feigned excitement.
Ruff, ruff, ruff. Mommy's
Ted shakes his ass like he's wagging his tail. Paul rubs his face on Melissa's leg. Yeah.
Hi, boys. Teddy bear, how'd you get out of your cage? Did you let him out, Puss? You silly kitty.
She takes out her taser from her pocket and zaps Paul. And so Paul's new life as a house pet begins. Twice a day, Melissa opens a can of cat food, dumps it onto a plate, and sets it down in front of Paul. She stares down, daggers at him until he crawls over to the slop, bends down, and eats it. After several days of holding it in, Paul can't wait any longer. He looks at his litter box with utter anguish. With no other option, he pulls down his briefs and squats over it. As Paul defecates, Melissa watches and giggles. She takes out her phone and records the whole humiliating process.
Little kitty has to poo-poo.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
Utterly revolted, Paul buries his poop. Every night, Melissa sleeps soundly in her bed. At her feet, Paul lies there, trapped, awake, and entirely miserable. 1 week into Paul's disappearance, Emma again hands out drink orders to the CCRP technical department.
Okay, we got the cappuccino, the caramel frap,
Thank you.
and the milk.
Oh, that's mine. I'm going to take it home to my new kitty. I just got a new cat. You would love him.
I'm more of a dog person.
Of course you are.
Emma looks around. She doesn't see Paul anywhere. She turns to leave, then figures it wouldn't hurt to ask.
Hey, Melissa. I was supposed to go on a date with Paul last week, and he totally flaked out on me. He's not answering my calls or texts.
Wow, that must be so humiliating for you.
Uh-huh. I'm starting to get worried. You haven't seen him around, have you?
Paul? From this office?
Yes, obviously.
When's the last time I saw Paul? Oh, yeah, I remember. It was last night in my bed. He was looking up at me sweetly, licking my fingers clean with his scratchy little tongue.
Okay. Well, next time you see him, tell him to lose my number.
Heartbroken and thoroughly disturbed, Emma stomps toward the elevator.
You should get a dog if you're lonely, Emma.
As the elevator doors close on Emma's teary-eyed face, Melissa smiles evilly. From behind her, Bill appears.
Hey, Melissa. So you and Paul, huh? Together at last.
What? Who told you?
Sorry, I couldn't help but overhear. I think that's great. I never liked that Beanies girl. Nice to see Paul with a good girl like you. Say, when is Paul coming back to work? The dang printer's busted.
Paul's not coming back. He's quitting and moving to Clivesdale. You'll never see him again.
Melissa pushes past Bill and heads back to her desk. He watches her go, thinks for a second, then leans onto the side of Charlotte's cubicle, shaking his head.
I don't know, Charlotte. I can see Paul quitting. We all want to. I could see him leaving without saying goodbye. He's pissy like that. But Clivesdale? No. Something doesn't add up. Someone's been lying. To our poor girl, Melissa. Paul, you son of a bitch.
That evening, Melissa looks down at Paul and Ted, who again sit on the floor in their underwear, shivering and scared.
Puss, Teddy Bear, I've got some friends coming in from out of town tonight, so I need you both to be very, very good, okay? No barking, no scratching at the door, not a peep. Can you do that for me?
They look at the taser in her hand and nod helplessly.
Ruff.
Meow. Later, Paul and Ted sit in the darkened apartment. Melissa's been out for hours. Resigned to their fate, the two miserable men sit there in silence. Their ears perk up when they hear muffled voices outside the apartment. Then, sounds of the many locks and latches coming undone. As the front door opens, Melissa's voice spills inside.
And then a sweet little kitty just wandered in. Okay, girls, here they are. Teddy Bear Impuss.
Melissa flips on the light, illuminating Paul and Ted. Melissa is accompanied by her visiting friends, Mina, Chrissy, and Aubrey. Paul and Ted look to them pathetically.
Woof.
Me, help! Women see Paul and Ted, and their mouths drop open.
Oh my God.
Hope stirs in Paul's heart. Thank goodness, he thinks. Melissa's finally slipped up. She's brought people, reasonable people, who can help.
Melissa, they are so cute.
Paul and Ted's hopes for help are dashed when the girls, all equally as maniacal as Melissa, run over, greeting them like adorable pets. They start scratching Paul's chin, rubbing Ted's belly. Hi, teddy bear, you naughty doggy.
Hi, Puss. Aw, he's shy.
Chrissy takes out her phone and starts scrolling through pictures of her own dog, which is in fact an imprisoned man. Oh my God, you have to see my dog. He bites, but we're working on it. The girls all laugh at the pics, except Aubrey, who seems distraught.
What's wrong, Aubrey?
She had to put her dog down last week.
Mina puts a comforting hand on Aubrey's shoulder.
That's rough, but we've all been there.
Come on, girls. We could all use some fun. Are we going to get our drink on or what?
Girls' night!
Mina runs a hand through Ted's hair.
God, this is a cute dog. I want to play with him tonight. You want to play with me, teddy bear?
Ted looks to her, intrigued. Melissa slinks over to Ted. She too tussles his hair, teasing him.
Oh, well, I'll play with him tonight if he's real good. He might even get a very special treat. Okay, girls, what are we starting with? I've got some tequila. We could make Moscow mules.
Shots. The girls file into the kitchen. When they're out of earshot, Paul points to what they all failed to notice. Melissa didn't finish locking the door's padlock.
Ted, they left the door unlocked. We're getting out of here. Come on.
Paul heads for the door, but Ted grabs his arm.
Whoa. Slow down there, Paul. I want to see where this is going.
Are you crazy?
They said they were going to give me a special treat. What do you think that is? Because I think they're going to fuck me.
This might be your only chance to escape.
How could you even know that? You've only been here for a week. You can't last one more night. I lost my fucking fingers for this, Paul.
Fine. You stay. I'm out of here.
Paul, if you leave, you will ruin this for me. They'll know I let you go.
I don't care.
If you go near that door, I will bark at you. I swear to God, I will bark at you, Paul.
Not even you're that stupid.
Paul races for the door and fumbles with the latches.
Paul, don't.
Ted's barking draws Melissa and the girls into the room.
What did I say? No barking!
Bad boy! As the other girls yell at Ted, Mina notices Paul.
Melissa, the cat!
Shit.
No, Puss! It's dangerous out there!
Melissa pulls out her taser. She rushes for Paul just as he undoes the final lock. He's almost free when Melissa jabs the taser into his back.
No!
Electricity pulses through him. Paul collapses, unconscious. Later, Paul sits in Ted's metal cage in the corner of the bedroom, defeated and weary. Melissa looks down at him, sympathetically.
I feel so bad about locking him in that cage.
It's just for one night.
It's for his own good.
He could have gotten away if it weren't for Teddy Bear.
They turn their attention to Ted, who sits proudly on the bed.
What do you say, girls? Do you think he's earned his treat?
Melissa and the girls surround Ted, mischief in their eyes.
Real yeah.
Melissa runs a finger down Ted's cheek, pokes his nose.
Sit, Teddy Bear. Good boy.
Ted sits on the bed, happily panting. Now roll over.
Show us your belly.
He excitedly flops onto his back.
Here's my ready and my reader.
He shakes with anticipation. The girls smile at each other.
Now, teddy bear, play dead.
Huh?
The girls pull out knives from behind their backs. Slash, squish. They all take turns stabbing Ted's exposed stomach. Blades fly, blood spill. Ted's eyes pull back.
How is this a tree?
His body goes limp. He's dead. Melissa touches his face.
Oh, poor teddy bear.
You had no choice, Melissa. He'd gone rabid.
He barked at Puss. He could have killed him.
We had to put him down. One day, we'll put down all the dogs. All the fucking dogs. What's the motto, girls?
Cats rule, dogs rule.
Ding dong. They freeze when the doorbell rings. Mina runs over and looks through the peephole.
Melissa, there's another fucking dog at your door.
The girls quickly wrap Ted's corpse in bed sheets. They hastily wipe blood from their hands and faces. Melissa turns to Paul.
Not a sound, Puss. You don't want to get another dog killed, do you?
Melissa rushes over to the door, and Paul inspects the locking mechanism on the cage. Unlike Ted, Paul still has his fingers. He reaches them out of the metal grating and starts fidgeting with the lock. Melissa opens the front door to find Bill.
Hey, Melissa.
Hello, Mr. Woodward.
You can call me Bill. Can I come in?
Melissa looks back at the other girls hiding Ted's body.
I don't know if that'd be appropriate to receive a gentleman caller so late in the evening.
Oh, it's nothing like that. Think of this as more of a daddy-daughter visit. I'm like your daddy.
Come on in.
Melissa opens the door and Bill happily walks inside. He sees the other girls who each wave one hand and hide their knives with the other.
Hi.
Oh, you having a little slumber party in here? That's great. Alice used to have all her girlfriends over. Speaking of which, I'm very supportive of all lifestyles. There was a rainbow bumper sticker on the back of my car. I might be an old dog, but I'm a pretty cool dad.
Chrissy clenches the knife behind her back and grits her teeth. You are an old dog, aren't you?
It was very naughty of him to interrupt our girls' night, wasn't it, Melissa?
I'll only be a few minutes. Melissa, I know you've been having some romantic problems with Paul. I'm not so sure he's been entirely honest with you. When my daughter was having issues with her first girlfriend, I wasn't there when I should have been. I don't want to make that mistake again. So, if you ever need some fatherly advice, I'm always here. Well, I'll let you get back to what you were doing.
Melissa meekly smiles, and Bill turns for the door.
Thanks. We will get back to what we were doing. You goddamn dog!
Mina raises her knife. She charges for Bill, but before she can reach him, Paul runs in, carrying the metal cage. Look out, Bill! Using the cage like a weapon, Paul swings it at Mina's head. Wham! He knocks her to the floor. Before they have a chance to react, he smacks Aubrey and Chrissy as well. They fall to the ground, unconscious. Bill sees Paul standing there in his undies.
Paul? You get out of their slumber party, you pervert!
Bill winds up to give Paul the old right hook, but before he can take a swing, Melissa appears, jabbing her taser into his back. Zap! Bill goes down. No, Bill! Paul throws the cage at Melissa, knocking her to the ground. Ah! She struggles to stand as Paul races for the door, which has again been left unlocked. He runs from the building, Melissa hot on his heels, consumed with the desire to escape, to find help. Heedless of where he's going, Paul runs right out into the street.
Buzz! No, Buzz!
Paul turns just in time to see the car plowing towards him. Huh? Thunk! The car hits Paul. He goes tumbling over the vehicle and lands on the pavement in a bloody heap. Too late, the car screeches to a halt.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You hit my cat, you son of a bitch!
The door opens as the driver is getting out. Melissa runs for him, taser in hand. Before she can reach him, bang! Melissa falls backwards, a gunshot wound in her shoulder. She lands on the sidewalk and drops the taser. She looks back in the direction of the driver to find Freddie holding his revolver.
Hey, Melissa, you're going to jail.
Huh?
Freddie reaches into his pocket to retrieve his badge.
Frederick Biggs, FBI.
Days later, Paul Matthews regains consciousness. He lays in a hospital bed at St. Damian's, a bandage on his temple. He's pretty banged up with a fractured skull and other head trauma, but he'll live. At his bedside is special undercover agent Frederick Biggs, who explains.
I've been after the Kitty Cat Club. Thanks to you, I got. You're a hero, Paul Matthews. I'd like to shake your paw.
Paul? Confused, Paul looks down at his hand. Freddie drops the bit.
I'm just kidding. Sorry, that was probably too soon. That's really fucked up what you did to you, man.
Where's Bill?
Oh, he's fine. Oh,
And Melissa?
down the hall. Being treated for a gunshot wound. 2 hours, I'll be delivering her to his federal prison. You know, it's funny. Daughter Morris says she had to. You know, the only thing she's torn up about, she thinks she got her cat killed.
Well, you did let her know I'm okay, right?
You're not a cat, Paul.
I know. It's just a terrible feeling to feel responsible for the death of a pet.
That's the bump on your head talking. Well, see you around, Matt.
Later, a Hatchetfield Police Department officer leans on the wall next to the nurse's station, hitting on a nearby nurse. So, I'm feeling a little under the weather. I was wondering if you could take my temperature, with one of those ass thermometers? The cop's unsuccessful flirting is cut short by the appearance of Freddie, who yells at him from down the hall.
Hey, you! What are you doing out here? You're supposed to be watching the...
Come on, she's dope to hell. She ain't going nowhere. Freddie walks to Melissa's room, pokes his head inside, and freezes.
Oh my God. Call security. Lock this fucking place down.
Freddie starts frantically checking the other rooms. The cop runs after him. What? Later, Melissa wakes up in an unfamiliar bed. Paul's bed. In his apartment. She looks to find him, kneeling by her side.
Hey, Melissa.
Huh?
It's okay. You're safe. My apartment is the last place they look. Melissa, I've had a lot of time to think about what you did to me. You locked me in your house. You called me by a different name. You got me hit by a car. Does that make you a monster? Maybe it is the bump on my head talking, or maybe I'm seeing things clearly for the very first time. You were just trying to take care of me. So now I'm going to take care of you.
He takes her hand, gazes into her eyes.
I'm going to go to work every day and pretend to be a human. Then I'll come home to you. Mommy, I may not have been a good man, but God damn it, Melissa, let me be a good cat.
She reaches up and gently touches his face.
You are, Puss. You are.
Paul lays his head on her lap, and she slowly strokes his hair.
Good kitty. Good kitty.
friendly cat, he's called
reliable. He never keeps you waiting, and he's so
congenial. He's trusting and dependable.
he never tells a lie.
When you need a cat to count on, Spadatomy's your guy. Spadatommy, there's no cat like Spadatommy. For he's a cat who's never late. He's mastered punctuality. He's polite and he's respectful.
And he never lies or steals.
And he genuinely means it when he asks you how you feel.
That's wrong. Go to the beginning of the song. Yes. Meow.
Jesus.
Have mercy.
Hell yeah!
All right. There you go.
Good